Hi everyone, you're watching the Brand Perspective series at FTA Global Marketing Stack 2025. I'm Rachita Sharma, VP of Strategy and Client Success at FTA Global, and the host for this session. When a film releases, the marketing is visible trailers, billboards, interviews. But what truly defines the success is what happens after that. The memes, the fan edits, the t-shirts, the lines of dialogues that suddenly become part of everyday language. That is called the invisible influence chain, a flow of culture you cannot actually control, but you need to know how to design for. No one understands this better than Abinash, the marketing lead at Hombale Films, the huge banner which has produced movies like Mahavatar Narasimha, Kantara, Salaar, and KGF, just to name a few. His work sits at the intersection of fandom, cinema, and brand building. Currently, he's building HombaleVerse, that the merchandise banner, which is letting fans wear their favorite stories on their arms. Today, we are going to talk about what it means to market in an age where the loudest impact isn't always visible, and how studios like Hombale, they are rethinking influence as an ecosystem and not just a singular campaign. So, Abinash, welcome to this podcast. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. Thanks for inviting me. And yeah, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful place that you've selected for this podcast. And yeah.
Great. So, Abinash, we were just discussing about the impact of Hombale Films, that has, and you mentioned so many examples also for which on which we'll obviously will come. When you think of invisible influence and in terms of the film marketing, what does it mean for you?
So when we say invisible influence, it is something which cannot be measured, or we can't plan it or design it. It happens at the moment of the film when we release a trailer,
Right.
when a dialogue seems very relatable to a person, and how we have to take it, and in what platform, and relatable to which part of our audience.
Right.
So people follow films, people follow politics, people follow sports, cricket, especially in India, and people are very connected to their religion and their cultural roots. And we think that if we ride on those emotions, and which connect to people very easily,
Right.
through a dialogue, through a song,
Right.
or through a tune, even a BGM works very well in this case.
Right.
So putting out that emotion is very important. And when I say invisible influence chain, it is a very slow sort of marketing, slower than SEO, we might say. Okay. So what happens is it develops very slowly in pockets, and it bursts out at a particular, when an event happens. For
Right.
example, couple of situations we saw this was when in KGF we have seen that the BGM is very heroic, like it represents heroism, and it represents the main character energy. And this was used by many politicians and many heroes of the real world as their BGM in their reels and all of that. And one more example was Salaar. The movie Salaar is about two friends, and one standing up for the other and protecting him when a lot of armies attack him. And we have seen such situations generally in politics.
Right.
And people tend to relate these emotions to the scenario, the real-time scenario. Even the media tends to relate it. And these are few instances where the invisible influence chain is seen. And in Kantara, we can say that the whole emotion of there is a divine protector, there is someone who is protecting us, and um, wherever we are, there is an energy that protects that area. And when you belong there, that emotion comes out in Kantara, and people have related a lot to that. And we have seen also in cricket that KL Rahul did that action where he says, "This is my ground," in this, which is similar to the climax scene in Kantara, where Guliga, the Daiva in Kantara, does the same action. So such scenarios create a lot of impact and create that sort of relatability within the audience. So yeah.
And indeed, these are really impactful examples of how these cultural moments extending the life of the film as well, right? So Abinash, talking about these stellar examples of communities, any specific experience where you have seen the fan communities extended the life of a film beyond what traditional campaigns could achieve?
Yeah. So when it comes to fan communities, the first film that comes to my mind is Salaar Part 1 Ceasefire, and starring Prabhas sir. And Prabhas sir has a huge fan base. They are a cult fan base, basically. So to engage them and to, engage the fan community and connect with them, we started a campaign called the Salaar Fan Army. So we had a microsite called Salaar.army, and Prabhas fans could enroll themselves into the army. So the movie's theme also had a lot of armies coming, fighting with each other, and all of that. And Prabhas sir is a single, is a one-man army in the film. He's referred to as the one-man army. And for this film, we did this campaign called Salaar Fan Army, wherein fans could, register, enroll into the army, and be a part of the Salaar Fan Army. And we got around 1.5 lakh entries on the first day. And we have a fan army of around 2.5 lakh odd fans of Prabhas sir, whom till today we keep in touch by sending them birthday on their birthday. We have their birthdays, we have their phone numbers, we send them SMS on their birthdays, and saying happy birthday, and we have given them a Salaar Fan Army ID. Okay. Like how it is in the army, you have a number and all of that. We created a similar experience like how it is in the film, and we engaged them by giving out free movie tickets. We engaged them by giving out signed merchandise, and that was a very wholesome campaign. And till today, it's been around 3 years, the community is still active, and the craze for Salaar is still there. Like, you can see our YouTube comment section for other films as well. You can see our Twitter account. All the retweets and all the quote tweets and all the comments have Salaar update, Salaar update, Salaar update. Okay. And they put comments like Salaar update button, and then there are thousands of likes on that comment. And I think Salaar Fan Army played a crucial role in engaging the fans. And we, in this campaign, we also featured them on our channel. We featured all the fans who registered. They had to use a Salaar filter on Instagram and send us their photograph. And we created this video using AI, I think 2-3 years back. We are the earliest adopters of AI, and we created a pipeline where a video could be created just using the dump of the photos that we have. And we managed to showcase all the fans in a single video of 4-5 minutes, and that video also did very good on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. And that video was used in the middle of the movie, like during intervals in many theaters. They played that to make the fans feel they're part of the movie.
Right.
So that campaign made the fans feel that they're part of the movie. They're part of the army of Salaar. So this is a very interesting
Right.
campaign that we did.
And that's also a very good example of how do you keep the momentum on, even if a second part maybe it's
Correct,
it's in
correct.
process. You keep
Yes.
that conversation, or you keep that thrill on. Now I'll we'll talk about the recent release of Narasimha of
Mhm.
Mahavatar.
Mhm.
About that, did your team expect the kind of impact that has been created, considering it's like an animation movie, the level of impact and the kind of conversations that's going on, the people are still going to the cinema and watching it and sharing a lot of rave reviews. Did you expect that kind of impact will be created?
Yes, we expected an impact, but not at this scale. So Mahavatar Narasimha, as you know, is the first native Indian animated film.
Right.
We were optimistic about the film, and we saw the film a year ago, and from then on we have multiple iterations in the film in terms of music, few iconic scenes, and all that. And once it released, um, of course, the influence chain played a very major role, wherein Bhakts of Lord Narsimha really loved the film because Ugra Narsimha, the feeling of Ugra Narsimha was shown perfectly in the film. And nowadays we don't have the grandparents telling stories to their kids like before. Like the previous generations had, storytelling sessions at temples, in communities, in the villages and all. But in our urban atmosphere, that is not there, right? So parents saw it as an opportunity to show their children the story of Bhakta Prahlada, which they have heard from their grandparents, but they have never really told it to their kids. So this was a very interesting opportunity for them to take their kids and watch the film. And the film has, of course, the story of Bhakta Prahlada has the sense of bhakti. So to get the sense of bhakti in their children will be a parent's motive, right? That is one thing. And we had many schools take their children to the film on a weekday. Many schools in Bangalore approached us to take. We have also posted it on our Instagram channel, and people who uh, pray to Narsimha on a daily basis, it was a treat for them. They wanted to see their god in action.
Great. Good that you mentioned about the influencers. Even when the film has not released, there is the range of memes and fan edits and the influencers and unofficial content creators, right? They obviously they start that conversation, and I feel this is like a very good example of that. In terms of planning from the marketing perspective, how do you plan for such a scale, or do you give it a push, or the scalability is that comes maybe comes after the release, and that is something that you cannot control.
So you mentioned about other content creators and
The unofficial ones,
the unofficial ones. Yeah. They are generally organic, but what we do is we try to activate them before the film. For example, in Salaar, we did something called the Salaar Creative Squad, wherein reel editors, graphic designers could submit their artwork to us, and we would select those artwork, put it up in hoardings in all around India, and we would mention it on our channel as well. And sometimes we have also used those posters. And the reel edits, once they do it, they post it, and that does well, that does very well. In terms of Mahavatar also, a similar thing happened, wherein the music went very viral. and it was used by so many content creators. Devotional content creators used the visuals of Narasimha very well. And for now, Kantara Chapter 1, we have launched something called the Kantara Talent Tribe,
Okay.
wherein uh, we are giving a shout out to content creators and those who can do any form of art. It can be a song, it can be dance, it can be painting, it can be a leaf art. We have got few. We just opened our submissions and we are going to release it. So these sort of campaigns, wherein we we instigate the content creators
Right.
and submit it to us officially as well, and they post it on their own as well, which reaches millions. Like
Right.
there are few artwork in Kantara Talent Tribe which has reached 3 million. And even in Salaar Creative Squad, and even in case of Narsimha, where devotional content creators helped a lot, these sort of content reach the most. This is
Right.
the uh, most impactful sort of marketing that we pray for. We can't get it done, but we pray for, and we encourage it, and we nurture it basically through these campaigns that we do.
Right.
Yeah.
And when such stellar brand activations happen,
Mhm.
how do you measure the value? Are there any certain metrics that you keep a track of?
Mhm.
Is there a
Mm.
specific dashboard? Because there are a lot of
Mhm.
unofficial content creators, memes, the public who are contributing to the films.
Mhm.
How do you measure the success of your digital campaigns after that?
So yeah, this was our problem statement around 4 years ago, and we started developing tools to measure these, random, uh,
Impact
r-
that's
r-
been getting created.
yeah, correct,
Right.
random impact that is being created using the keywords, using the hashtags,
Right.
and using all these things. So one of my friend Pradyun, he runs his own AI tech company called Ale now, um, and we both sat together and built this tool wherein we can uh, scrape through uh, all the tweets, all Instagram comments, all YouTube comments, and analyze the sentiment of the people who are commenting on our posts, and what's the like, what's the number of comments, number of shares. Everything can be scraped through all platforms and gives it to us in a single dashboard.
Okay.
Yeah, we first did this for Twitter, now X, and then we built it for several other platforms, and this is a native software that we use only in house.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, with all these inputs, these useful campaign activation insights, I think cinema is already a part of our lifestyle. And with HombaleVerse, you are building one more extension where you're bringing the cinema into the fashion segment, right? How do you see merchandise as a vehicle of influence, right? A lot of the movie makers, they're doing it, but not all of them are successful. Considering the scale of Hombale Films, I think because of the huge, millions of fans are already vouching for the movies, any kind of movie that's coming up, that layer of invisible influence is already there because over the years you have developed that. But when it comes to only looking at merchandise as a vehicle of influence, not just revenue, how do you see that?
So cinema is an experience, as we know, and to enrich this experience is our duty. And to enrich this experience, we have several things, like making it a 3D film, so that the audience experiences something larger than life, something different. And in addition to this, I think merchandise and lifestyle has a big impact in enriching the experience. It has we can
Right.
see this in the Hollywood films and all, where the merchandise business is more than the actual business of the film, and it is there for a longer period. Film can goes out of the theaters after 2 months, 2 to 3 months max, and on OTT it's there, but uh, it's not maximum for a year or two. But we have seen in Hollywood that merchandise stays for a long time. You still find Superman bags, you still find Superman merch in
Right.
your stores and all of that. This is something that we want to build with HombaleVerse right now. We want to have this at the theaters. This time, um, with Kantara, we are going to have Kantara merchandise in all the PVRs across India. So
Okay.
once people go to the film, they have a small Rudraksh to wear. Rudraksh is a part in the film. You have seen Kantara
Right.
1,
Yeah.
he always wears a Rudraksh chain.
Right.
So this is going to be available in all the PVRs, and whoever wants to, like when they buy a meal, they get it as a gift in a Happy Meal, or something like that. So
Right.
the whole experience of cinema, when you get something physical, when you go to watch a film with that emotion, that merchandise, that piece of, it may be a small thing like a
Right.
Rudraksh, it can be a snap band, it can be, for kids, it can be a coloring book. Then we have our tote bags are very trendy, when they go to the film and um
They're
they're
how they're creating those cultural touch points as well, even after
correct,
you're just
yeah,
exited the theater.
exited the
That
theater,
piece,
yeah,
and I think that
correct.
that's a brilliant idea. I'm
Hmm.
not sure if anyone ever has done it.
No, this is the first time in
This is the
India.
first time,
Yeah, this is the
right?
first time in India.
So looking ahead, how do you see
Mhm.
HombaleVerse
Mm.
shaping, like from the merchandise point of view? How
Mhm.
do you see HombaleVerse shaping the future of fandom in
Hmm.
India, right? Because I
Hmm.
think there are a lot of new activities,
Mhm.
new experiments that you're doing.
Yeah.
How do you see that panning out?
So HombaleVerse, we have done the soft launch with Salaar 2 years back, but we
Okay.
didn't carry it forward. Now we want to launch it, relaunch it and launch it in a proper way, and we'll take it forward also. In Salaar, we designed a few T-shirts, 4 or 5 T-shirts, and we did an arm sleeve, which Prabhasar is wearing in the film, and we tried to just list it on our website, and we just gave a shout. We announced it on our social media that this is available if you want to look out for it.
Right.
We got 10,000 orders on day one.
Wow.
Yeah, with this. So we understood that there is a need for merchandise. There is a need. The people want to physically experience something from the film also that has got a lot of value.
A lot of it, is a part of the digital activation as well, like, in terms of the plans of,
Hmm.
say, for merchandise, the digital merchandise also that you mentioned.
Yeah.
From an offline perspective, are there
Mhm.
any new innovations or experiments that you are planning for the production house for the upcoming releases?
So in terms of offline presence, merchandise is going to be present in all the PVR
PVR, right?
theaters. Uh, this will be kept offline, and people can experience it there and then itself. The another campaign, an interesting campaign that we are doing through the film Kantara at Hombale Films is, as you know, Kantara is a story that has come from coastal Karnataka, a small village in coastal Karnataka, and it is now world famous. We
Right.
are telling the story of our land, of our culture to the world, right?
Right.
So, in the same ethos, we wanted to carry out the brands that are based in India as well.
Hmm.
There are so many nice products like coconut based products, really, the Rudraksh product, the spiritual products, the tribal wear, and all of these things which are made by smaller brands in India. And these products have the potential to be a global brand. So with Kantara, we have launched a campaign called Brands of Bharat,
Okay.
wherein we are going to onboard a few brands like these, which are culturally rooted, and we are going to support them through our merchandise platform. We will get a few pieces of merchandise from them. We will place it in every distribution channel that we have, which is our website. It can be theaters,
Right.
it can be offline events that we do. We'll showcase those products as merchandise, and which will give a break, which can give a breakthrough through big breakthrough to all those brands as well.
Hmm.
So This is a very interesting campaign that we are doing for Kantara Chapter 1.
Great.
Mhm.
And that brings us to our last fun segment for the talk. We call it the influence test. This is like a quick fire round where
Okay.
you have to share your personal picks,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So, one Hombale dialogue you've heard most unexpectedly quoted in daily life.
This dialogue also shows our vision, vision of the production house, our vision. It's a dialogue from KGF. The Chacha asks, "Kya chahe re tere ko?" And the small guy says, "Dunia." So this is a
Great. Any piece of fan made content that made you, smile or, rethink your entire strategy, and something that you didn't expect that it will be there?
Yeah, there was one fan made video which was a combination of Mahavatar Narasimha and Salaar.
Oh,
And without our knowledge, there are so many scenes which are very identical to each other.
okay.
Yeah, there are like around 4 to 5 scenes that are literally the same, in which Prabhasar does the same actions as Lord
Like it's
Narasimha
in
in
a
the
parallel
film.
universe. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same.
And this came to us in the form of a fan edit. This was
Right.
very interesting to watch, and yeah, we posted it on our
Everyone
channel
would
as
love
well.
to see that actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Now, if you could wear only one HombaleVerse merch item for a year, which would it be?
I'm wearing it.
Okay.
It's a Shiva Kada
Okay.
for Kantara.
Awesome.
Yeah, we have
Great.
made it, and this gives sort of an energy to us.
Right.
I would like to wear this year round.
So, Binash, we have approached the end of the session, but I don't want to, leave this session without that one question we all, in the studio, we all want to know. Kantara, next part, it's coming up. What can we expect? Because we all are huge Kantara fans.
It's a big film. We can say it's Hombale's biggest film till today in terms of the making, and biggest budget film also. And it's going to release on October 2nd, 2025. And we are making an English version of it. We are going for a worldwide release. This won't be just pan India, but we are releasing it pan world. And the story is, you have seen a gist, that is Kantara Legend. The chapter 1 takes us back to 300 BC, wherein you will see how the culture emerged, how the Daivas emerged, and how it was created, and why it was done. And it is a very rich story and with great visuals. And yeah, we are which is having an English version also, so that the whole world can
We are very eager to watch it for sure.
Yeah.
Great. I think this was a very engaging discussion. We learned a lot about the film marketing, what goes into, a lot of unexpected moments when you're planning for a movie marketing plan, and how it can actually scale to another level. And I'm sure our audience must have learned a lot of new insights when it comes to the movie partnership and how the entire universe of big banners like Hombale Films transfers through their journey, through their marketing journey. And you're stay tuned, because we have a lot of more sessions coming up for the day only at Marketing Stack 2025. Thank you.